He's up. 30.97 seconds.
Oh, it's going to be like that.
Everything.
Bays Boys podcast.
Yep.
We're back.
Yep.
We're back.
Yes.
As much as they try to keep us down, keep us from coming back.
The man. Mostly Garth Brooks and what's that other Bill Gates motherfucker?
Garth Brooks and Bill Gates.
Right.
They have it out for us.
I'm crediting them.
For trying to keep us down.
Right.
Try to keep us from coming back.
Right.
That's sad that we live in a world.
Yep.
Where a guy who comes up with a bunch of vaccines and wants to call the population of the world and a country singer who's no longer relevant are trying to keep us from coming back.
Is he not around anymore?
Who, Garth Brooks?
Yeah.
When's the last thing Garth Brooks did anything?
I don't know.
Didn't his wife actually leave him in real life?
Don't know.
Or something like that.
Don't listen to him.
Oh.
Don't lissisten to his music. Don't know nothing about him.
He was super popular about that time you were in school.
Oh, right. All right, moving on.
I'm going to credit you with his blowing up on the scene.
What? How'd that be possible?
Mm-hmm.
We don't got to think. There's not a single lick of country in California.
There's not?
Not that I'm aware of.
I bet there is.
Not from.
There's a secret
not from
country.
anything I've seen.
There's a secret country society out there that y'all listen to country and nobody wants to admit to it, so you don't talk to each other about it, but you just do secretly.
Oh my!
At night in your room.
Oh my!
Where you're staring at the ceiling, contemplating the world, listening to Garth Brooks.
Didn't you go line dancing last week?
I've never been line dancing.
Don't lie.
Ever. Oh, well, maybe that one time.
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe
with
that
Garth
one time.
Brooks.
Maybe that one time when I tried to stay at the Low Hotel.
Yeah, you danced your ass right out of there.
But they wouldn't let us in the door. It's kind of upsetting that they wouldn't let us in. That's all I'm saying.
Right. They didn't give a shit about you.
Oh, Lord. Yeah.
So.
What?
Story time, Joe Skelly.
Story time.
Hit me with it.
I don't know. You know what? All right, I'll tell you something. Something I've been thinking about.
Yeah.
I was watching TV the other day, and there was this comedian, and he was talking about when he was younger, his brother got all fired up. His older brother got all fired up, and he's storming around the room, and he finally looks at him and he goes, "I'm going to fight Dad today."
Oh.
And his brother's like, "Oh, shit." So I guess his dad was outside in a lawn chair smoking a cigarette. He walked up to his old man. He's like, "All right, old man, I'm going to fight you."
Oh, boy.
And he goes, "My brother should have realized how nonplussed my father was based on his reaction."
He didn't do anything?
He goes, "Okay, you want to fight?" He goes, "My dad didn't even take his cigarette out of his mouth." And he stood up, and my brother started running his mouth, and he goes, "My dad just ran up to him and kicked him in the balls as hard as he could." Didn't drop a cigarette and laid him out. He goes, "If you're going to fight somebody, you shouldn't fucking talk." And then sat back down and went back to smoking a cigarette and drinking his beer.
Oh,
and
yeah.
And my brother was just in a ball on the ground.
In a ball of pain.
In a ball of pain.
I've learned a mighty lesson today at the expense of myself.
And it made me laugh because it made me think about the time I thought I was going to fight my dad.
Oh.
I'll never forget it. I was probably 14 or 15.
Uh-huh.
I'm like, "Fuck you, old man. Let's go outside and fight."
Oh.
And like this guy's dad, my dad was like, "Okay."
Did he punch you in the throat?
Hold on. So we walked out the back door, and he let me go first. I had to walk down the steps from the back porch. I got about 2 steps off the back porch, and he stepped on the back of my knee and drove me to the ground.
Right.
Grabbed me by the throat, fish hooked my nose, peeled my head back, and goes, "It takes 7 pounds of pressure to rip this fucking thing off your nose. Are you fucking done?" As he was choking the life out of me.
Yes.
And I go, yeah, I'm done.
Right.
That was a very short, because there's a certain point in your life as a male, and maybe not every male, but a lot of males, they're like, you get this bravado about you, about how you're going to fucking finally be the man of the house.
Yeah.
You're going to whip that guy's ass.
Oh, yeah.
And they very quickly put you in check.
Right.
And I should have known that this was going to be the result based off a prior experience.
Yeah, you're not winning this.
That I had with my dad. I was like probably 12 or 13, and I was outside playing basketball with my friends. And I came into the house and I looked at my dad and I pointed my finger at him and I was like, go get me some water.
Yes.
And my old man was like, bet, I'll be right back. And my old man went into the kitchen, pulled that bottle of vodka out of the freezer, put some ice in a rocks glass, and filled that shit up with vodka. And he turned around and handed it to me. And I just tipped up the glass like it was ice water, and I slammed it.
Slammed it all.
And next thing I know, I had
instant drunk.
Fire shooting out of my mouth, and I was laying on the ground on my back, and the world was spinning. And and I was like, oh, and he looked at me.
Strategy.
And he looked at me, he goes, now that's fucking liquor. Don't ever drink it. And don't ever tell me what the fuck to do. And I was like, fuck, I should have remembered that lesson when I thought I was going to go fight the old man. That never wins. No. That never works out. The only way you could beat the old man is if you sneak him, and that might not even work out.
Right.
That might not even work out. Yeah, catch him.
The bat. Right.
Yeah.
Smart.
So I had a good laugh with that. He's like, my brother should have realized how not bothered by this he was by the fact that my dad didn't even blink an eye, just stood right up.
Right. No warning.
Kicked him right in the fucking balls and laid him out.
It's smart. It's smart to tell people when you're about to fight them.
Yeah.
Let them know. Danger's upon you.
We're about to fight.
Right. Things are about to escalate.
And you're about to catch that 2-piece chicken dinner.
Right. You're going home.
You're going to sleep real quick. Oh, yeah. I don't know. I've been watching a lot of weird TV, and that made me laugh. And then on the flip side of the coin, I watched something really weird. Do you know how deep the deepest man-made hole on Earth is?
How deep? That's what she said.
Yes. It's, I want to say it's something like 7.5 miles deep.
That's it?
Yeah.
It's not even far enough to go to space.
The deepest hole drilled in the Earth. And it took them 19 years to do it.
Get out of here.
19 years to
Armageddon was such a fake movie.
Right.
It took those guys like 12 hours to dig through like half the Earth and half that comet. These motherfuckers can't dig through the Earth for 20 years?
19 years of drilling. It was the Russians.
Why?
Because they wanted to see how far they could drill down, right? 7.5 miles deep. And when they were done, they lowered a microphone down.
What?
7.5 miles down this hole, they lowered a microphone. And allegedly, they could hear people screaming.
No.
Google it.
Get out of here.
Google it. You don't have to believe me.
We got no Google-finator. So where do you get 7 feet of fucking mic cord?
7.5 miles of microphone?
7 miles of mic cord, right.
Fuck if I know. It's the Russians. Why would you spend 19 years drilling 7.5 miles?
They probably heard people screaming because they were throwing motherfuckers down the hole.
Dude, it's not that big. It's like 8 inches across. 10 inches across, a foot across. They just set up a drilling rig and just kept going for 19 years.
Why would... Okay. It's the Russians' fault. Everything is the Russians' fault.
Everything's the Russians' fault?
With everything. They're like, let's see if we can get to China from here. Start drilling.
But they would have realized that China's not on the opposite side of the earth of them. It's right next door.
Depends on which map you use.
Oh, that's right. We talked about that.
Yeah.
If you use the real map or the one that's, widely published.
Right.
Which isn't the real map of how the earth should look.
Right. Makes no fucking sense. That's why half of you can't find your way out of the fucking gas station parking lot.
Damn.
Because the map makes no sense. It's got Paraguay
or
up
you're
your
using
ass.
or you're using fucking Google Maps that allows you to drive off the map.
Dude, Google Maps, none of that stuff works.
Dude, I just tried it again the other day. I was so mad.
I don't like
fucking
it.
Google Maps. My Garmin has never failed me. Never failed me.
Your Garmin has ironically never failed me either. So technically, that's 2 people we know.
That's 2 people. And you know what else is nice?
Bigger sizing pool than one.
They can't ping you off your Garmin.
Right. So they say.
It's allegedly.
Allegedly.
I
need a new Garmin.
Do you?
Well, I need a Garmin. I guess it wouldn't be new. It'd just be a Garmin.
A Garmin, period.
Right, yeah.
You could get them for pretty cheap now.
Right.
Buy a used one.
Right.
Go on eBay.
eBays? We avoid eBays. We're constantly getting ripped off there, so we gotta be careful. As per our old episodes.
Yeah, no. What, because somebody won? Somebody beat us? And then they didn't even have the courtesy to listen.
Nope. They just beat us.
They beat us, and we said, well, since you beat us fair and square, you should listen to the podcast.
Like a dog.
And they were like, no.
They don't even care.
No.
They're too busy waiting.
Have you gone to their website to see if our belt buckles our belt buckles on their website?
It shows me the belt buckle he's selling every day, so I just avoid it. Every day it's annoying.
Every day they remind you of what happened.
Right.
Yeah. Well, that shit happens. And then, I had a really weird conversation this week with Westside Mike.
Okay.
We're talking about, he came up with an idea.
Shout out to Westside Mike.
Shout out to Westside Mike. Westside Mike came up with a new game show.
What is it?
It's amazing. You're going to love it. It's called It's called Red Light Fights.
Very afraid. Are we going to go pay hookers to box us?
No, it's not. But hold on to that. I'll come back to that.
Okay.
It's called Red Light Fights.
Okay.
So you get 4 guys in a car, right?
Okay.
They're all fighters.
All right.
You pull up to a red light.
Oh.
Everybody jumps out of the car, and you start fighting. And before the light changes, you got to jump back into the car like a Chinese fire drill.
Ooh.
And get to the next light.
I like this.
Last person standing.
Wow.
Last person standing wins.
So do you have to make it a team effort to get to the next light? That way they don't try to leave each other out of the car?
No. You have to be allowed into the car. There's no keeping somebody out of the car.
Right. So it is literally
unless you get knocked out.
Right. So it's literally about beating someone's ass and only having 15 seconds to do it.
It's 15-second fights between lights.
I like that.
And last person standing wins.
Does somebody else drive for safety or do they have to drive?
No, they have.
Oh.
The driver switches every light.
Oh, get fucked. Imagine you're just seeing stars and it's your turn to drive. You're like, oh, this tank just punched me in the face, but now I got to drive 2 blocks.
To the next,
that's so fucked.
Or to the next red light.
That's so fucked.
Dude, there's multiple levels to this, right?
Yeah.
There's multiple levels to this. Everybody's wearing 8-ounce gloves?
Dude, in 100 years, they're going to listen to this podcast because it'll still be on the internet somewhere.
It will be.
On a smart fridge or some dude's blow-up doll, as discussed earlier off mic.
Or somebody's wristwatch.
And they're going to listen to it and talk about how we knew that red light fights was going to be a thing.
Oh, before it became a thing?
Right.
Yeah.
This is history in the making.
And
if you're not fucking here right now,
listening right now,
you ain't shit.
And you know what?
In fact, I give permission to all of our listeners to walk around to the rest of their family members and just be like, you ain't shit.
You don't know shit.
You don't know shit. You ain't shit. You ain't about shit. And then when they ask you why, don't tell them.
Just look at them and go, red light fights.
Red light fights.
And walk away.
This episode should end right here. What are we? We're at 13 minutes and it's not going to get any better than red light fights.
Red light fights. Now the thing we didn't discuss, does everybody have to be the same weight class?
Well,
or do you mix it up?
Yeah, mix it up.
Mix it up.
You have 15 seconds. Do what you do. Yeah, mix it up.
So everybody gets up behind the car and just dukes it out, or is the traffic so tight that the right side and the left side fights the left side, right side fights the right side?
Is it in public or is this all staged?
No, this is in public.
What if you did 20 cars with all filled with fighters, red light to red light?
That's too much. That's mayhem.
That's too much?
That's way too much.
Do you think people are too stupid to be able to follow and comply?
Yeah, there's too many elements to try to control.
Right.
Too many elements. I think you have drone footage, right?
Oh, yep.
You know, the drone that's on that follow me mode where and it can spin around the car and get great footage of these guys just blasting each other. And then air horn goes off as the lights timing down.
You have to jump into the car, right?
Yeah.
Beep, and then you have to jump into the car. This is like Gladiators without the pads. Remember that Gladiator show?
The American Gladiators?
Yeah. Where you'd get on and fight some yoked up steroid-looking beach wannabe named Blazer and Gazer and Phaser. Blazer's never been beat shooting tennis balls at him.
Right.
He's got a 10-foot shield. But
What was you and I watched that one episode where they had to climb that foam pyramid?
I don't even know.
And that dude just grabbed that guy and just launched him off the top of that pyramid like 30 feet to a crash
Was that
pad.
a new one or was that the original? The old? Remember the really old one from the 90s?
Oh, yeah.
And they'd wear those leotard uniforms.
Yeah,
and
they wear those wrestling onesies.
Yeah. Here comes Blazer on the gun.
All right. Or here comes Phoenix.
Yeah. Oh my God. And they would shoot tennis balls at each other.
At 100 miles an hour.
Right. Your objective was to get across this mosh pit with tennis balls shooting at you. Yeah, that was kind of funny.
Or they had the pugil sticks. Where
Yeah.
They were just getting lambasted by those giant dudes.
Right.
And those chicks were no joke either.
Yeah. If you didn't work out, you were
not.
How were you? How did it even
Like you couldn't
You had
take
to
me
pull
off
the Bruce
street.
Lee.
You could take me off the street and compete. It wouldn't work out well.
Right.
That just wasn't going to be a thing.
Now they got funny stuff like they don't shoot people with tennis balls anymore, but how about that American Ninja show? That one's kind of funny.
What, the
But
obstacles?
it's totally different. It's a totally different thing.
Yeah, because
There's
you're not competing.
Blazer shooting at you.
Right.
It was like boss fights. Like this is a video game,
Turn
and
in
you're sending people
to get their asses whipped.
right. It's
And
kinda
occasionally
funny.
they would win.
It's kind of funny.
Occasionally they would win.
Yeah, occasionally they get that lucky tennis ball that hits Blazer in the face. And
Right. Have you ever looked
messes
up
up his
where are
hair.
the American Gladiators now?
No,
Oh yeah, you could
Oh.
Google where the American Gladiators are. They're all train wrecks.
I wouldn't even remember who they were to begin with.
Yeah. The only way
Just
I knew is
some
that
silhouette in a fucking cartoonish tunic or whatever.
a tunic,
Standing, I don't even. That's what I'm saying, bro. What do you even call that nerdy ass costume they used to wear?
a wrestling onesie, a singlet
Fucking nerds.
with a star on it or whatever it
Yeah.
was.
Big old Dallas looking star.
Yeah.
Ugly neutral colors.
It was like a red singlet.
I'm Blazer. I'm here to shoot you.
Here's
with a tennis
Beach
ball
Boy,
machine.
and he had like flowing
Right.
blonde hair, and he was supposed to be a surfer or whatever.
Works,
They were
it
like
works.
wrestling. They were like pro wrestling personalities, but they were just there to whip people's asses.
It kind of worked. But again, back to what we were saying earlier, people are going to be here in the future when they know.
That we called it.
Yeah.
We called it. Unless one of our listeners steals the idea and then produces the show.
Yeah, but I mean, we've been giving out ideas forever already.
Yeah. And
So-
the one we still haven't realized because you refused to buy the teeth.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Yeah.
We could make a fortune selling bath bombs, but you
Right.
don't want to participate.
Right.
Uh,
Got to buy human teeth off the website. I'm good on that. That's not happening.
That's not happening at all.
Yeah.
All right.
Let's talk about, you want to talk about Russians and their screaming hole again? Like how ridiculous that is? We have 7 miles
They're
of mic cord.
screaming.
I'm still thinking about that.
They're screaming hole.
It doesn't even make sense.
And
Where
look,
would you get 7 miles of cord?
well, here's my thing is, where's the evidence that they heard screaming?
Where's the evidence?
Apparently there is an audio recording somewhere that you
Get
can find on the
outta
internet.
here. The Russians are famous for putting people in holes and letting them scream. So, I mean, I don't, like, why would this even be surprising a little bit? That's my fucking question,
Okay.
right?
I guess I'm not surprised.
Right, that's
Right.
what I'm saying. It doesn't make any fucking sense.
Here's a prime example of fraudulent government spending.
Right. Put this in the box with the dodo birds and the Coke because this is dumb.
Are you talking about the government study where they were trying to determine whether or not
Yeah.
those birds were
so
more
ridic-
promiscuous on cocaine?
So ridiculous.
I mean, how long was their study? 2 years.
I don't care. So dumb. What do you do for a living? I feed birds blow.
And watch them bang.
Right. And that dude, you know, that dude gets home every day and like sparks up a blunt because his life is traumatic. I gave this bird this much blow and his heart exploded. Hector's heart exploded. He was my favorite bird. Right? Like, and then he comes home and smokes a blunt because he's like, don't worry, the government won't test me for this. They're too stupid. They're only testing for blow.
Right.
Right? And he's like this stoner government guy. Probably couldn't make it into NASA because he didn't drink enough.
Oh, God. Here you go on your
They're
NASA
fake.
theory.
Fake fucking community.
Oh, okay. But yet you were the one that was talking about the difference between a national and international astronaut.
Listen, my job is to report the news. I don't filter it, and I'm not, what's the word? I don't discriminate against fake news versus real news. We just bring the news.
We just bring the news.
That's right. We don't choose if it's stupid. Right? Like, I'm just telling you, my job is to sit right here with my mouth open after I tell you something, so we can sit here and just be in bewilderment of how stupid fucking everything, like, what's happening here?
What's going on
in the world?
But the entire world isn't dumb. Like, I just watched another show and I found...
Wait, what? Did you just say the entire world isn't dumb and then said you watched some more TV? That's what?
Okay, those words did come out of my mouth.
Yeah.
I was watching another program. You know, they're saying one of the biggest threats in the world today is landmines.
Oh, what?
Landmines.
What?
In conflicts around the world, in other countries.
Okay.
They lay millions of landmines.
Oh, and then they just leave them?
They just leave them.
Yeah, of course.
Because they lose the maps or whatever.
What do they think was going to happen?
They're like, fuck them. If they step on them, you know. And
Right. So you're saying
50 years later, people are stepping on it.
This is bigger than quicksand?
Oh, it's bigger than quicksand.
This has been a thing, though.
But I watched another show where they made quicksand.
Oh.
And showed how to escape out of it.
Did it work?
Yes.
Oh, my God.
Well, I don't know. The guy did kind of panic. He's like, get me out of here.
Right. I'm dying in the mud.
Dude, but the tank was only 3 feet tall.
Are you serious?
The tank was only like 5 feet tall, maybe.
They didn't tell him? They're just like, you're not going to know.
No. He knew. He got lowered in, but then he like got stuck. And they had he was holding onto a crane and tried to pull himself out of it. He was like, I'm stuck. Right. And they had to do some stuff to help him wiggle free.
That's kind of funny.
Like they had to stick a giant hose, like a pipe, and infuse water around his legs to help
to get him going.
Yeah, you get him going to get him out of it.
Yeah. So,
but what I was saying about this landmine thing is there's this company that takes these giant rats. They're called pouch rats.
What?
Yeah. They're like marsupials, right? And they train these rats to sniff out landmines.
All right, listen, pal.
It was pretty amazing, right? And what they would do is they would hook...
What do they call them? Bag rats?
Pouch rats.
Pouch rats.
Yeah, they're huge. And they would put like a collar on them, right? And they have the collar hooked to a line. And they would make a grid square and have the rat run back and forth over the grid square. And when it would smell the landmine, they'd give it a treat. And they'd go dig it up, mark it, blow it in place, dig it up, dispose of it.
Oh, no. Here it is under National Geographics.
Yep.
Big old motherfucker.
I told you that rat's huge. And they're super, super successful with fighting these landmines all over the place. Really? So if you want an obscure job, you can go to Africa.
And sniff landmines.
Join the group that trains these rats to find landmines.
Wow.
They also use them. It's super cool. They strap cameras to their back.
Okay.
And they send them into earthquake zones. And they've trained them to find people inside collapsed buildings.
Now that's fucking G-Unit.
That is G-Unit.
I want that job.
Listen, they're like, nothing else can get inside these buildings except for these fucking rats.
And we need to know, right.
If there's somebody
Can you imagine the recall on the rat, though? Like you taught a recall to a rat? That's amazing.
It is amazing.
Most people can't get their recall to work with their dog.
But these rats...
And they've got them doing it with a rat.
Yeah.
That's
with cameras.
impressive.
The camera, and it's got a battery, it's a camera and a light.
Really?
Yeah, so they can go underground and they can watch live stream on the camera.
Jesus.
Which is pretty dope.
See, you're making the world seem a little bit smarter.
I told you.
I don't know about that, though.
What would, if you could have one of those pouch rats, what would you train it to do?
I'm not sure. I've been thinking about getting another animal to train.
Okay.
My JOE SKELLY's out of control, so untrainable.
I'm untrainable.
Untrainable. No, I'm joking.
Untrainable.
I miss I don't know. I miss having a dog to train, I think. Dude, training dogs is great.
All right, I'm not saying it's not great. I'm just saying, look, I spent 8 hours in the ER with my dog the other night.
Yeah,
it's tough.
It is
it's
it's a whole nother life thing.
Oh yes.
It's training dog is harder than being married, I think. Yeah.
Oh boy, I want nothing.
We're walking right into this.
I want nothing to do with this conversation.
Steer left. Take us left out of here. All right, JOE SKELLY. Here's a question that's been in the ages forever that most, that we have to ask because we're humanitarians.
Oh, are we humanitarians now?
Paper or plastic?
Paper.
We interrupt your holiday season program to bring an announcement from the Bays Boys podcast.
Fresh off the presses, Bays Boys podcast.
Tell them, Joe Skelly.
We're doing a holiday contest.
That's right.
If you, the listener, submit a story to the podcast, it could be a funny story, crazy story, whatever you want it to be, and we read it live on the air December 20th, you will win at least a gift card from the podcast.
At least.
At least. What
At
else?
the very least.
What else might they win?
Happy holidays.
And what else?
Gloating rights.
And what else?
I don't know, actually.
A
Ooh.
custom,
A custom
one of a kind
Bays Boys podcast
trophy.
trophy.
That's right, folks.
You heard it here.
You heard it here first.
All you have to do is write into the show and get paid
That's right.
if you're the best.
If you're the best. Well, even if you're not the best, let's say you're second, third, fourth, or fifth best,
You might win.
you'll still win a gift card from the Bays Boys podcast.
Maybe. If you're not first, you might be last.
You might be last.
We're not sure. Happy holidays to all of our listeners.
And where are you going to do that at? Where are you going to submit to? The story.
Where?
I'm asking.
Oh,
Yo,
you're asking me?
yeah.
I was
You gotta
giving
go
them
to-
holiday cheer.
You got to go to Bays
We're going
Basement,
back. Baysbasement.com.
baysbasement.com.
Submit your story.
Find the place there that says write the show, and you can email us. You can email the show. But here's the key to this. Here's the key to this. You have to leave your personal address or a PO box where we can send
If you want your prizes.
if you want your prizes.
If you don't want your prizes, you don't have to leave anything.
Right.
But
But
if
if you
me
want
and
a
Joe
prize,
Skelly will just go out.
right
On you.
on you.
On you. If you want to do that, you could leave that too. Leave
Right.
that in the note.
But if you win, you got to send us your address or an address we can mail to so we can send you your prize.
All right.
Holiday prize it is. By the way, this contest will be biannual, right? We're going to do one in the 12th month of the year and one in the 6th month of the year. This is for
If
the
we
12th
can
month of the
remember
year.
what day it is.
I can't remember that either.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's the plan, folks. Submit and win.
It's a Christmas miracle.
Bagging your groceries
Yes.
all the time.
Now, and I listen. They allegedly went away from paper because they said you could bring roach eggs into your house with paper bags,
Oh,
right?
I guess.
And then they went to plastic. Well, I think plastic. It's because it's cheaper to produce, but it's causing more environmental issues, right?
So I read a new article on all this.
So why don't you make a paper bag out of hemp? That way you don't have to cut down trees.
Hemp. That's a whole nother subject. So I read an article that's saying that it's causing 70% more pollution for paper.
What?
Swear to God.
How's
They
it?
actually say that it takes 4 times longer for those to disintegrate than plastic, which I don't know how that could be.
Dude.
Or
who
no,
put-
it takes 4 times the power to produce the paper bags than it does the plastic ones, which again, that's what you said before, right?
Okay.
So I don't know. That's kind of weird though. Do you think it's
But
true?
the environmental damage that the plastic is causing is probably 1,000 times worse than the environmental damage of decomposing paper, which can be recycled.
Well, they said it doesn't decompose that well because it's mixed with a bunch of shit.
I think the paper will decompose faster than plastic,
I would think so too. I'm just
and
saying.
it's less toxic.
It seems like it's left and right on anything you ask. You know, what's better, sunscreen or no sunscreen?
Well,
What's
look,
better, paper or plastic?
And who put out this article?
I don't know. I don't fact check. What do I look like? Do I look like
Again,
I
you
work?
just said you bring the news.
Do I look? Do I? Right. We don't.
we
fact,
just bring
we
the
don't
news.
fact check it.
I'm just gonna say, Big Oil probably made that article. Right?
I don't know. Where would you get these kinds of facts? Even the ones that we produce. You know, do we double down and check on any of the sources? Fuck no.
I don't know. Have you ever been by a paper mill?
Yeah, it smells like shit.
For miles around that place.
Right.
Is it as bad if it's a recycling paper mill? I don't know.
Never been in one of those before.
Either have I. But I'm just saying, look, use hemp, use recycled paper, bamboo, right? You can get bamboo sheets now.
Sheets like for your bed?
Yeah, bed sheets made out of bamboo.
Oh.
They're supposed to be softer.
Repurposing everything. I don't know how that could be.
They're supposed to be softer.
So they absorb all the moisture from you and then they get nasty. I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either. Have you tried them?
No, I'm going to, though.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anything that deprives a panda bear.
Oh my God. Yeah, but that
Anything that deprives a panda bear.
But we've talked about this. That bamboo grows like weeds, so you're not.
I'm not hurting anything.
No.
I'm not hurting anything
No.
by utilizing bamboo.
No.
If I can take anything away from the panda bear,
You gonna
and
try to?
oh, I'm going to.
Oh, we're so far off
Dude,
here.
fuck panda bears. Panda bears have a carbon footprint that's 10 times that of an elephant.
I'm gonna convince Joe Skelly to get a panda bear tattoo.
Never gonna happen. Never gonna fucking happen.
You've just been inceptioned. You need a panda bear tattoo.
I know, I'm not understanding what you're going at.
Yep.
Inception.
It's happened. It
Not
happened.
I'm not getting a panda
It
bear
happened.
tattoo. As a matter of fact,
A year
I already-
from today, he's gonna sit down at this mic and be like, "Man, I really want a panda bear tattoo."
not gonna happen.
Everywhere we go, there will be pandas.
No, I already have my next tattoo laid out.
Well,
And it's not a panda bear.
it's probably gonna be a panda bear.
All right. You know, I'm not like some other people who just get wild ass tattoos. And I'm not mad.
Don't make fun of Parks
Listen,
or Nigel.
listen.
They're weird guys.
First of all, why are you calling them out? You don't even know
Those
who
are
I'm
the guys
talking
we're
about.
talking about. You
I'm not
just
talking-
mouth the words. You just mouth the words. You
I'm not
said
I'm not
Nigel
talking
are
about
weird.
anybody in particular.
he's talking about you guys. If you're listening, he's probably talking about you.
If you feel it, then maybe I am.
Right.
All right, how about this? If you got a panda bear fucking tattoo, write the show and tell Tyler I don't know about how amazing it is.
Yes.
If you think panda bears are cute,
And Joe Skelly needs a panda bear tattoo.
no, I think panda bears look good when their head's on a pike.
Oh my.
Yeah, I'm gonna
That's
get a
just
lot of love.
dirty.
I'm gonna get a lot of love for this.
That's just mean.
Listen, if you support panda bears, you support a communist regime.
What?
You're helping keeping the people of China oppressed by supporting panda bears.
Listen, the people.
I'm just putting it out
The people
there.
of China are helping the people of China keep the people of China oppressed.
How's that?
I don't know. I've never been there. I can't.
So you can't even
I
make
can't
that
speak
statement.
on what they're doing.
You
It's just what I've been told by the oppressed people.
Oh. Dude, have you ever bought a shirt that came with a note like on the back of the tag that said "Help
Save me."
Save me"?
Right.
Yeah, that's a real thing.
Get out of here.
That's a real thing.
Call this number.
Yeah, you don't believe me? Google
Save
it.
me.
Google it. People are
How-
getting these wild notes in their shirts.
I don't trust the Googleator.
Oh, see, now here's
Right.
the issue.
That's always been the issue.
Go to Bing.
That's why when you're Bing. What? Oh my God.
Be 87 years old and use
People
Bing.
can tell how old we are right now with things you're saying.
Oh, okay. Okay.
We're getting dated right now,
I'm
my
not
guy.
I'm not the one who keeps getting the Bud K catalog.
The which one?
The Bud K catalog.
That's a good one. What's that got in it? Cakes for days, people.
No, the Bud K catalog with all the knives and all the replica stuff. The
Oh,
one you were
Bud
showing,
K.
Bud K. The one you
Ooh,
were
that'd
showing
be
me with like
sweet.
the what is it? The K-bar sword. And
Do you have one of those magazines?
you do.
I do.
Yes.
Where'd I get it from?
We were talking on the phone the other night. You're like, "Hey man, I'm looking at these super sweet things." And I was like, "Is it in the Bud K catalog?" You're like, "Yeah."
Oh, I might have been on their thing online. We were joking about the buy 300 knives for $30 thing. You remember that?
From the Home Shopping Network.
I'd make so much money now if I was a kid again figuring that out, though. Realizing now that the market was so much bigger
Oh, it's a much
than what
bigger
it
pla-
was.
Oh yeah.
I've got knives here, $50 a hit, that you paid $13 for. Fuck. The
Dude,
money that we
that
left on the
stupid-
table.
Look, that stupid Rambo knife you could buy from them with the compass in the handle.
I hate it. I hate it so much.
Why?
I
you
just couldn't
you were the
trust
one that was saying,
knife.
"I wouldn't trust that
Yeah,
compass."
I wouldn't trust that compass at all, bro.
Why not?
That compass can't find north at all. It's broken as fuck.
You're holding the knife upside down, walking through the woods trying to use the compass.
No, you trip and fall on your own knife.
Or how about the fact that the knife is encased in metal and it's sitting on top of metal?
Oh my
I
god.
bet that compass just spins.
That's what I'm saying. There's no way that thing can work.
And then they had that advertisement where they had that
Whose
that
idea
metal
was
that metal walking stick that came in segments that you could unscrew that you could use as a self-defense weapon or a walking stick.
Oh no!
And it had one of those stupid compasses in the top of it.
Was that from Cold Steel?
It might have been.
Don't even get me started on Leslie and the Cold Steel crew.
Look, what other
today.
things could you get out of the Bud K catalog?
Dude, I don't remember. I don't actually remember that catalog.
Oh, I'm gonna sign you up for it.
Oh, Jesus Christ!
It comes like every 2 weeks.
And it's just got fucking throwing knives and airplane.
Oh, you name it, it's in there. Every edged weapon you could possibly imagine.
I like that fucking. You remember that scene from that Eraser?
Ninja stars.
You remember that Eraser movie with Arnold where he's like getting rid of people's identities? That's his job, and he's got the laser guns, and he stabs that dude on the plane with a knife out of his belt. And that dude's like, I can't believe you got me with that Chinese-made shit. And I was just remember like thinking as a kid, I'm like, yeah, dude, why are you got this corny ass shit in your? Got this corny ass Chinese-made spy belt. What the fuck? I'm like, that's the realest thing anybody's ever said in a movie, right here.
Right.
This dude calling you out for having a $9 belt knife.
But if it works,
whatever. Sitting under your belt buckle.
You're saying you would never carry one?
God no.
What?
What would I do with that?
What if you needed it
on the airplane while I'm traveling with the marshals?
I guess was he a marshal?
I don't remember.
My question is, how do you get on the airplane with a belt knife?
Right.
How do you get through security? Or is this before TSA?
He had all his guns, so they were cop escorting.
Okay.
Right.
This was like before TSA and all that bullshit.
Yeah. Before TSA.
Why?
You see the TSA post the other day? Somebody tried to get their gun in on a turkey.
What?
They wrapped their gun in foil and then put it inside the turkey and thought it wouldn't get x-rayed in the turkey. I'm like,
do you think that tinfoil was going to...
Right. Do you think the turkey's different than the human body with the x-rays? Like, what's... The turkey got armor I don't know about? What the fuck is going on here? Full-sized fucking pistol. Like, it literally is just easier to buy the pistol box and put it in the box and lock it and put it in your bag.
It's a lot easier.
You're going out of your way
to get in trouble.
Right. What were you going to do with the turkey and the gun on the plane anyways?
Well, here's my thing. The TSA loves showing what they confiscate.
Right. Look what we got off of you that you left here on accident from last year's trip that you forgot about.
But here's my question. What don't they get?
Oh, dude. Yeah, I mean, come on.
They're willing to show all the shit they capture, right? And most of it's ridiculous, right?
Right.
We got somebody with a 13-ounce bottle of hairspray.
Right. And a lighter. He was definitely going to burn the plane down.
We caught somebody with, 4-inch long nail clippers.
Right. This guy and his ninja stars that he forgot to take out of his backpack from his camping trip last week. With the machete man.
With the machete man, right.
Yeah, so I don't know. I just think it's funny, though. You stuffed your turkey with your gun. Like, dude, that takes logical thought process.
Like,
Not the good kind.
First of all, who carries on a raw turkey?
Right.
Or a frozen turkey?
Oh, we didn't even get to that part. I was like, what are you doing with a frozen turkey on a plane?
Red flag number 1.
Right. This is my turkey. Please don't fuck it up. I got to get it to New York today. What?
Like, you can't
buy a turkey in New York?
In New York? Yeah.
That's fucking goofy.
That's dumb.
Right.
Like, how do you make yourself stand out in a crowd in a security situation?
I don't want to get too heavy on the TSA guys either, but speaking about what they miss, I mean, they just hire the most random people off the street for that job. So the frontline security for your airport venture is not the best.
Is not your honor graduate from high school?
Right. The last 3 places we've been to with security, they did the hand wand thing.
Oh.
They're like, put your arms up, and then they glide their hands over the top of your arms like you're good. I'm like, oh. So if
your hands are metal detectors?
Yeah.
Right.
It's a good thing I didn't wear my arm guns today. You would have caught those. What the fuck, man? But yeah, no, TSA and their shit. They be opening your packages and licking shit.
Bro.
What's this? Oh, that's just peanut butter? Okay.
That's not cocaine?
That's just, right.
That's not cocaine.
Yeah,
that's not cocaine, people.
That's just baby powder. We're good. Right. No.
Look, you want a good time, I'm telling you, go to the TSA's website and look at all the shit they confiscate.
Right.
I almost had a situation with TSA. myself, or a traveling companion of mine.
Uh-oh.
Almost got us put in airport jail because they forgot to remove certain items from their baggage.
Nice. And they found him?
Oh, yeah, they found him.
What are you doing with all these in here? Please step to the side.
Oh, that's pretty much how that went down.
Please step to the side and remove all of your clothing garments.
No, that didn't go down. But, yeah, I think I threw enough of a fit that they were like, all right, you just leave these here, you can go.
Really?
I'm pretty sure that's how that went down.
I've had to throw shit in the trash before. I don't like it.
Oh, how many people? Yeah, how many people forget their pocket knife?
Right.
There's a trash can right.
I've thrown at least one.
Yeah,
dude, we should make that a thing one day. Just hang out at TSA one day and at the security thing with a sign that says, "I'll take your knife." Give me fucking $10. I'll mail your knife to you. What's up? Give me $20. I'll mail your knife to you, and then just keep them.
There would be an I
yeah,
news.
they'd get you quick.
They'd get you. First of all, they're not gonna let you
but
stand
seriously,
in it.
getting free knives would be kind of cool if you could do that.
Right?
Hey, if you forgot to take your pocket knife out, I'll take it. Some dude gives you a Chris Reeves or whatever $600 knife.
Would that happen?
No. God, no. That motherfucker would step out of the line. I gotta go. I'm not going to Vegas. Fuck our honeymoon.
Sorry, babe.
Forgot my knife.
Sorry.
Can't get rid of it.
That's all right. I took a knife into a place where I forgot I couldn't have it, and I stashed it in a potter, in a big pot with a giant plant in it.
Yeah, I've done that.
Went in, came back out, retrieved it.
Yep, I've done that. I've gone in and come back out, and it was gone, too.
Oh, yeah, somebody watched you do it. That's what happened.
Yeah, probably.
Fuckers.
Probably. The most I've ever lost at a security thing was like 4 or 5 at once.
Oh, my.
Yeah. I went to a rap show after a bunch of rap guys got killed, so they were real hyped up with security.
You thought you were going to get through?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
At least one, but no, he kept finding things, and I was like, oh.
Oh, yeah, because once they find one.
Yeah, and there were cops all around, and I didn't want to get thrown out, so I was like, fuck it, dude, I don't have time here. Have all this shit.
Damn.
That was the last boatload of chintzy knives I had out. Now I've been carrying Benchmades. I won't be forgetting those in my pockets.
No, that's not going to happen.
Right.
That's not going to
I'm
happen.
not trying to lose a fucking $200 knife. But the $50 ones, yeah, I've lost shit.
You know, that's funny. You said you went to and security was all hyped up.
Yeah.
I watched this video where this guy said he travels after there's been a disaster or a terrorist attack.
Right.
Like, he'll go to that place. Like, oh, there was a bombing in so-and-so. The guy will take a vacation and go there.
Yeah.
Everybody's like, why the fuck would you do that? He goes, security's through the roof. It's super cheap to go because nobody wants to go there.
Yep.
He goes,
everybody's afraid to come out, so everything's open.
Everything's open. All the tours, you're the only person on the tour. It's like,
wow.
You get the penthouse suite for the cost of like a regular one.
25% off.
Yeah, easily. He goes, dude, that's the best way to travel. He goes, you wait until there's a natural disaster or a terrorist attack somewhere in the world, and then go there right afterwards.
It's morbid, but true.
And I've never even thought about that. I was like, that's fucking wild. He's like, dude, I have some of the best vacations in the world.
Right. And nothing's going to happen because everybody's on alert. So nobody's going to try to attack the same place twice, following succession and whatnot. That's pretty interesting.
And I'm like, my man.
That works, though.
I'm going to have to start paying attention to this.
Dude, I remember airports, I think about this all the time because it's one of the biggest shifts in my brain as a kid. I remember going to the gate and chilling, and then one day
you
just couldn't.
Right.
Dude, I remember the first time I saw a dude with a machine gun or an assault, like a AR in the airport, and they were standing guard, and I was like, holy fuck, you guys really fucked with people to have this kind of impact. Yeah, and it hasn't really gone back either because you got to go through.
You would take your family members all the way to the gate, and hang out with them.
Yep.
Put them on the plane and
watch them fly away,
and then go back to your car.
Now you got to play 10 games of hopscotch to get near the plane. So
yeah,
and without a ticket onto the plane, you're not getting through security.
Dude, I remember you could just go out to the airport bar and just drink.
Yep.
Even if you weren't flying.
Right.
You could go hang out in the airport.
That'd be the best place to pick up chicks.
Oh, you kidding me? Bro, it was the best place in the world to pick up chicks.
Because they're leaving.
Hanging out in the airport bar.
Yep.
All right. You get there get there for the late. They're
You're like,
flying in. They
"Hey,
got a layover.
You're like, hey, I got a layover too. You want to hang out tonight? Sure. Why does your license say Cleveland? Oh, I don't know. Right.
My man, the airport bars and lounges were the greatest place to hang out if you were trying to pick somebody up.
Yep.
Yeah.
Everybody's looking for those quick
Misconnections.
Yep.
Like on
Now
Craigslist
you just
or
swipe left and right. So
Yeah.
you don't have to do that anymore. You don't have to go to the airport bar, but it's good because they locked it off anyways.
yeah, they locked it off. So you
it matters not.
you just get on Tinder, set the region to 1 mile.
How the
And just
fuck did we end up on airport bars from vacationing? Oh yeah, vacationing airports. That makes sense. That
Yeah.
makes sense. I dig it.
Yeah. That's the way to do it. Well, I think that's what we got for right now. But hey, again, like, subscribe, leave us a review, help us beat these algorithms. Write Pandora, ask them why they want to allow us on their fucking platform.
And listen to us on your fridge.
Yeah, or
And take a picture of yourself listening to us on the fridge and send it to us.
Yeah, we'd like that.
I want to see this.
Or your smart chair.
I just want to have
your smart
100
wristwatch.
I want to have 100,000 moms just listening to our shit through the fridge.
That'd be awesome.
Right.
That'd be awesome. Tell your friends, tell your mom. She'll totally dig us. Let all your people know. Help us beat the algorithm. Help us catch up there on old Joe Rogan, his 3790 DMX 1000s.
Your mom will love us.
30, 97 seconds. Everything you didn't want, but got it anyway.